Hello and welcome to Speak English with Ed, where today we're going to look at the pronunciation of the ed endings that you find on the end of a lot of words. A lot of words have got an ed at the end of them, particularly past tense verbs. So we're going to have a look at these and see how you pronounce them. Hi there, I'm Ed from Speak English with Ed, where we give tips, tricks, help and information to new ESOL speakers who are looking to pass one of the SELT examinations to satisfy UK VI immigration requirements. So today we're looking at these little words, last two letters at the end of words that are ed. So let's jump in and I'll show you what I mean. So, ed word endings, okay? Now, there's lots of words that end in ed, but there's three different ways of pronouncing these two letters, this syllable, ed, d. What? So, it can sound like a d, the word, and then d, or it can sound like the word and then t, and then t. Or it can sound like the word and then ad at the end of it. So let me explain what I mean. So we've got these are the sounds that the ed can make, right? So if we take end, for example, the verb to end, right? And we want to put it in the past tense, then we add an ed. You add ed to it and it becomes ended. And that goes into the id or ed category. Ended. So we'll have a look at another one, and that is delight. Right? We add ed and then that will go into the ed or id category. So what we've got here is words that end in d and words that end in t. End ends in d here, ends in d, and delight ends in t. But we're talking about the sounds that they make as well. They must end in a d sound or a t sound to go into this category. So this is a category for words with a root verb ending of d and t. Okay. We'll carry on and it will become a little bit more clear. So this doesn't end in a d or a t. So this is going to go into a different category. It's going to go into one of these categories. So we've got click, right? We've got ed at the end, but we don't say clicked. It is not clicked. It is clicked. It's got a T sound. Clicked. Say it with me. Clicked. There we go. It's clicked. Okay, next one. Next one, we've got jump. Now, this again has got an ed ending. So bring them together. In the past tense, it's jumped. Jumped. Okay. We'll have a look at another one. Stressed. And put into the past tense, you do the ed bit, bring it together, and it becomes stressed. Stressed. Right? We're getting on great fire here. I hope you're following on. So we've got, just have a little recap here. If it ends in a D or a T, it goes into the ud category. It says ID, but you don't say ended. You don't say ended or delighted. It's delighted. Ended. Okay? Delighted. And ended. And here it goes into T. This is a t sound. Clicked. T. Clicked. Jumped. jumped, and stressed, stressed. Now, I want to stress, here we go, I want to stress on the word, it's the sound of this last sound that of the root verb that determines what you've got here. Not necessarily the letter, but the sound. So this is stress. So you add a T. So the next one we've got is to affix. Now affix means to fasten something to something else. You could fasten a door to a house or something, or whatever. But it means to fasten something to something else. Now affix, this has got a S sound. It's the same as sound as this. Stress, affix. So you bring these together, and this has got to go into the T column because it's got a X at the end, gives us an X sound. Same as fox, it would be foxed. Box would be boxed. But it's the sound of the root verb that is important. Right. So, that said, I've got one here that's dwarf. Dwarf. So which category is dwarf going to go when it's got ed at the end of it? Just have a little think, see if you can come up. Is it going to go into, which one of these categories is it going to go into? Right, I can say it is going to go into one of these two categories. It's not going into the D, okay? It's going into one of these two categories. So which one will you put this in? Just have a think. Okay, well, I'm going to put it into, let's see. It goes into dwarfed. It's exactly the same because it isn't a D or a T. It isn't D or T, so it can't go into this category. It goes into this category here. So here we have vowel words. The root word here ends in a K. This is K. P, jumped. S, stress, and affix, and F for dwarfed. Right? So here we've got 5 different endings that go into the T sound. T. Clicked, jumped, stressed, affixed, and dwarfed. Right, now all the rest is dead simple now, because all the rest is going to go under D. They're just going to go D. So basically we get things like singe, singed, singed. Now this is the word, the root verb ends in an E, but the last sound is a G. J, singe, singe, J. So it's a soft G. So it ends in a D here. Here we've got log. Now there's different rules for ending, for changing this, a word like this into a past tense, because this one, the rule that applies here is what you do when you've got a vowel followed by a consonant. Then you must double the consonant and add ed. So you put another one of the same. So we've got 2 G's and ed. So that's why that's a little bit different. But I don't want you to worry about that one right now. If you want to learn a little bit more about that, then click the link up here. There's a video all about the past simple tense that you can watch that we made a little while ago. But that's the ruling for that. But it is the bit that you're interested in now is the logged, logged. It's a G. It's still a G sound, but this is a soft G, singe. This is a hard G, log, G, log. So the next one is fill, which brought together would be with ed, turned into the past tense with ed, is filled. Filled. You don't say filled. You don't say logged here. It's not logged. It's logged. Logged. And filled. Filled. Same here. Farm. Farmed. Farm. Farmed. It's not farmed. You don't say farmed. It's not farmed. It's farmed. Happen. It happened to me on the way to the office this morning. It happen. And peppered. Here we've got peppered. Peppered steak. Big juicy peppered steak. So, and then we've got valve. Valve. This is, again, it ends in an E, but it's got a V sound. Valve. V sound. Valved. Valved. So it's valved. It ends in an E, but it's the sound that makes the difference, that controls what the sound is, which category it goes into. It's the sound that controls it. So let's have a recap here. We've got word endings that end in ed, right? There's lots and lots of particularly past tense verbs that do this. Now, if it's the root verb ending sound, the sound of the root verb that is important, that controls which category you put these into. And we've got three different categories. We've got a d, which takes the majority of words. Majority of them end in d. There's t endings, which are words that end with a k, p, s, x, and f. K, p, s, x, and f. And there's ud, which if the root verb ends in d or t, then it's ud. Ud. Strange, I know, but ud. So let's go through them. We've got singed, not singed, singed. We've got clicked, not clicked, but clicked. And we've got ended, ended. So this is ud, ended, right? We've got logged, logged. Say it again, logged. We've got jumped, jumped, jumped. Okay. We've got delighted, delighted, delighted. We've got filled, not filled, it's filled. We've got stress. It's not stressed, it's stressed with a T. Stressed. Then there's farmed, farmed. We've got affixed, same S ending as stress, but not an S. It's an S sound. Affixed with a T ending. Affixed. We've got happened, happened. Again, happened. Dwarfed, dwarfed, dwarfed. We've got peppered, peppered, peppered. Not peppered, but it's peppered. And valved, valved, valved. Now I'm going to put a sheet with all these words that can be downloaded for you. So there'll be a link. It might not be today, but there will be a link for you to download the sheet for you to practice with these. And also there'll be a quiz. So when the quiz is ready, I've not done the quiz yet, but when the quiz is ready, I'll put it in the link below this video. And if you sign up and register on Noxted English, then I can send you a link when the quiz is up and out, and then you'll know. I can send you an email. So apart from that, practice, practice, practice. Please practice. Stay safe. Stay with these. They sound very complicated, and they are complicated. They are confusing. But once you start saying them and listening for them with other people when they talk in other people's conversations, then you will start to hear how it just goes. It's difficult to say singed. You can't. It's singed. It's the easiest one to say, whichever it is. So give it a go. Clicked. It's very hard to say. So it's clicked and not clicked. You can't say clicked. It's hard to say. So, as I said, just practice, practice, practice. So until next time, please stay safe. And if you've got any benefit from this video, please give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, then please hit the subscribe button. It's just down here, and ring the bell. That way you'll get notification from YouTube when we release new videos. So until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.